In this video, I'll go over the installation of Neovim in macOS. I'm going to cover the basics of the basics. I'm going to assume that you don't even have Brew installed and that you have never installed Neovim but want to start playing with it. In the machine that I'm working on, I already have Brew and Neovim installed, so I'm going to log into a different machine and start the process there from scratch so you can follow along. This page that you see here is not uploaded yet, but once the video is up, I'm going to leave a link in the video description so you can go there and copy and paste the commands. The file that I'm going to open right now here is the exact same guide that I have on the browser, but I just like to follow here. So we already went through the introduction. We already went through this as well. If you like my content and want to support me, you can buy me a coffee. I'm going to leave a link here. So let's start with the installation process. First, assuming that you don't have Brew installed, we're going to install it. What is it? It's just a package manager for macOS. If you do have it installed, you can skip this entire Brew section. So the first step in installing Brew is getting the command line tools for Xcode. We don't need to install Xcode, which is 14 gigs in the App Store, but instead we just need this specific tool. Let me first log into my other machine. Okay, so the machine is here. I'm going to connect, going to log in. I'm going to open the terminal. So I'm going to copy this command to install the command line tools. I'm going to paste this here in the terminal. Notice that it's already installed in this machine. If you don't have it installed, you're going to see a pop-up here at the bottom in your dock show up. Make sure you click on that app that opens. It's going to show you this message that the Xcode select command requires the command line developer tools. So just click on install and then you have to click on agree. It will show that it's going to take a long time, like 40 hours, but that's not accurate. It takes like 10-15 minutes depending on your internet speed. Okay, so once you have that installed, we need to install Brew, which is the package manager. You can find the installation command in the main page. I left it here, but I have it here in the guide. So I'm just going to copy this, go back to the other machine, and I'm going to paste the command here. It's going to ask you for your password. Make sure you type it in. Notice that it's going to ask you to press enter to continue. So here you just press enter. It's going to start the installation process. It's going to take a few minutes. So I'm going to pause this and see you when it's done. Okay, so Brew is now installed. Notice this section under next steps. You have to run these two commands in your terminal to add homebrew to your path. Here are the two commands. I have them in my guide, so I'm just going to jump there real quick. Here are the commands. I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to go back to the machine. I'm going to paste this here. Now I'm going to open this file to make sure that this is there. And I just ran the cat command. You can see that we have the line that we need there. Now here at the guide, to make sure that everything's set up correctly, we can run this command, brew doctor, and you should see your system is ready to brew. So let me just paste this in here, and we can see the message down there. In case that you want to uninstall Brew and the command line tools, I'm leaving the commands here. You do not need to run this. This is just for your reference. We're going to need these tools if you want to install Neovim. So don't run this unless you specifically need to uninstall them. Most, if not all, Neovim configs need special icons. So I'm going to install nerdfonts. I'm going to go with this font family, Meslow LG. Here's the link to the page where you can find it. Just search for Menlo. You can also find the installation method at the bottom of the page. But I left the command here. Just going to copy this and I'm going to paste it here in my terminal again. This is going to install the fonts. It's going to take a few minutes. I'll see you when it's done. Okay, so the fonts are now installed. It seems that it found some old files. You're not going to see this error, so don't worry about it. Let's go back to the guide. Now to verify that the fonts were installed correctly, you have two options. You can open this font book app and search for Meslow font book. There it is. I'm going to search here, Meslow, and you will be able to find the fonts here. You also have another option. You can install this other tool and grep for the font name. Let me do that real quick. I'm just going to close out of here. Going to install this font config app. Okay, that is installed. Now I'm going to make sure that the font is there. Just copy that, paste it here. And you can see the fonts listed here. After we install the fonts, now we need to install Neovim. I'm just following the official instructions in the Neovim repo. You can find the link here. You just basically need to install it through Brew in macOS. That's the easiest way. So I'm just going to copy this, go back to the other machine, paste this here. The download and install is going to take a few minutes, so I'll see you when it's done. Notice that it's installing several dependencies that Neovim needs. Okay, so Neovim and its dependencies are installed. Notice that you can create a new file in Neovim to test. If you want to save it, you can type :wq. So let me do that right now. I'm just going to copy this back to the machine, paste this here, creates a new file. Here's the name of the file. I'm going to press I to enter insert mode. Okay, I just typed some text. I'm going to press escape to exit insert mode, I'm gonna press :WQ to write and quit. Let's make sure that the file was saved. I'm just gonna cat it, cat test file, and we can see the contents of the file here. Gonna remove this test file. Okay, so that's mainly what's needed to install Neovim. As you can see here, if you want to have a seamless experience, you need to install a terminal that supports TrueColor and Undercurl. There are several of them, but in my specific case, I chose Kitty because it also allows me to view and paste images in Neovim as if I was in Obsidian, which is the tool that I used to take notes. I have a video in which I go over the Kitty installation process. It's here. So if you don't have Kitty installed, go and watch that video. After you install a compatible terminal, you'll be wondering what to do next. There are different options to set up and use Neovim. You can set it up from scratch on your own. You can use a Neovim distribution. There's a lot of different distributions out there. You can use my personal setup, which is the one that you're looking at right now. It's just a folder that I have in my .dot files called Neobean, so it can be pretty overwhelming at the beginning. That's why I'm creating another video. You'll be able to find that video on the top right corner. I'm also going to leave the link to that video down here. And in that video, I'm going to show you how to do 3 things. How to install and set up my own configuration, Neobean. I didn't build it from scratch. That is just something that I built on top of the Lazyvim.org distribution. Besides doing that, I'm also going to show you how to install and set up the Lazyvim.org distribution and another great option, which is Kickstart.nvim. It's fine if you don't know what any of this means. Just go and watch that video. That is gonna help you getting started. If you already use Neovim and you're watching this video, let me know what your favorite distro is in the comments. I personally prefer the Lazyvim.org distribution. I haven't tried LunarVim, I haven't tried NVChat or any of the other ones out there. I also like Kickstart a lot, but I would like to hear what your favorite way to install and set up Neovim is. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, problems, if you need any sort of assistance, let me know down in the comments. If you have any suggestions, video ideas, let me know down in the comments as well. And I'll see you in the next video.